All right, welcome back. It's still Afcon 2021 update right here on TV 360 Nigeria. And now we go to the talking points on the show today. Of course, the last four standing, and we're looking at the key guys in the squad. Those who bring a lot of wealth into that the setup. Those are the things we'll be looking at. And joining me to look at this is Muda Shitu. Muda Shitu, thanks for joining me on the show today. It's good to have you. Muda Shiru, when you see this picture, what does it remind you of?
That's Cameroon talisman who has been scoring goals, and it looks as if he's having the best of his tournament. He has scored more than 4 goals, and I think he's he's the highest goal scorer of the tournament. And I think the home fans are really, really happy about that. You know, when you do so well in front of the home crowd and you've been scoring goals, and you from the group stage to the quarter-final stage, that shows that you're probably going to end up like a Samuel Eto'o, who we know that have done so well for Cameroon. So I think it's a very good one. And one also thing is that we're probably seeing him leaving a Saudi Arabian side club and obviously coming to the EPL or a more watch club across the globe. So it's a good one. It's really taking on the toll of what the Cameroonian side looks like. So we should be expecting so much from him. But the semi-final stage is a stage whereby we probably not see him doing his best, because it's a stage whereby a lot of where we just remain only 4 of them. So this perhaps might just be the end of his goal scoring, but we hope he can do better in the semi-final. All
right, that is Vincent Abubakar, who is the talisman of the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. Of course, coming into this championship, like Musa said, probably he might be getting overtures from other clubs, you know. But the thing about in Europe right now is that the transfer window just closed, and if he's not moving after yesterday, maybe later, but definitely we must give it to him. He was part of the squad that won in 2015. Yes, he was the part of that squad, and right now he's back in front of their home crowd. Great to see him. And quickly, let's move on to another talking point. He is the Afcon Tereb of the Pharaohs of Egypt. The man from Liverpool, Mo Salah, is the one who's been distributing, of course, scoring as well, and is very instrumental to what the Pharaohs have been able to achieve so far.
A shaky start for Egypt. The first game was against Nigeria and the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So we expected them to actually have be out of the tournament. Unfortunately, that shaky step was just the beginning of revival for them. And it's another thing that make the bookmakers right. They predicted that we'll see an Egyptian also in the final and the semi-final with Liverpool forward doing so well. So the game has been going stronger. Even as we hope that it might be. You might see Egypt in the final, because he has been doing so well. He has been replicating the form we know him in Liverpool, also doing that. And the whole squad of the Egyptian squad is built around him, and he has not failed to put on the shoulder of the North African country for doing so well. So it's a good one for Sadio, and this also means that in a return, even if they didn't go beyond the semi-final stage, in his return to Liverpool, he's probably going to get the rapport, and that's what might actually lead to increase of his prize money. So it's a very good one. If you ask me who is enjoying the best of the tournament, and Leah said in an interview that if he wins the Afcon, that will be one of his biggest achievements. That means he believes taking the Egyptian through the Red Sea of the Afcon, then definitely he has done the best on his best for himself in his career.
Well, fair, yeah, very fair, you're fair to the man called Mo Salah. Mo Salah, by the way, was part of the squad when they hosted just 2 years ago. They were the host nation, and they didn't go even past the second round. They were beaten by South Africa, and a team that qualified from one of the best losers. But this time around, and history has shown that most times when the Egyptians have won it, they've won in even outside North Africa. Now maybe in the West Africa, East or wherever, but that is what we're seeing. So this might likely be the year for Mo Salah. This is where he needs to put the icing on the cake, because if he's outstanding, one of the world best players at the moment, winning a trophy on the continent will be like an icing on the cake.
And even if it doesn't, looking at so far so good and what he has done for his country at this Afcon, he's probably going to go for a bronze medal, because you know that in the final semi-final stage they either go for the silver, bronze, or win the tournament itself. He has an exciting tournament, and the Egyptian will only hope that it goes beyond this stage, and this might actually take them to because they have the record of winning Afcon in the continent, and this can lead to another extending record for most Afcon won by any nation in Africa. A superb trophy, a superb season for them.
All right. Let's move on to the next one. And look at him. Yeah, the man. The much talk about Sadio Mane. I remember before the championship started, there was this prediction against Sadio Mane because of his form, that because he was actually going to meet. There was a prediction from maybe a marabout somewhere in Benin, saying that if he scores against the particular side, he was going to have a heart attack, and which might result to death. But here we are today. This is the man who, at some point, let's say the last game, actually there was a scare. He really caused a scare, and a lot of people didn't think that was the game before the last one, actually, before the quarterfinals, before he came in. There was a scare that he wasn't going to make it. He had a collision with the Cape Verde goalkeeper, and that resulted in like a concussion. He had to be substituted even after scoring a goal in that one. But it's good that he's fit, played the last game, and right now he is one reliable player that the Teranga Lions will be looking up to, because he should be able to provide the kind of maturity and leadership for the team. He's been around consistently. He's led them to the World Cup. He led them to the final, the last Afcon. And here we are, Sadio Mane, the man to watch.
Yeah, definitely Sadio Mane is been on the lips of all analysts and those that envisage this. Getting to the semi-final, it's a very good one. We're replicating what they did last year when they were finalists and they lost against Algeria. Sadio Mane kind of the Senegalese nation, just like his fellow club mates, talking about the Egyptian, who has also been doing so well. That's talking about. So now we are looking at a situation whereby will he do better than in 2019, exactly, where they lost to Algeria, but on the part of doing better. So anything short of qualifying out of, unfortunately for them, is going to be the Egyptians against the Senegalese at the semi-final stage, and that is a very big blow for anybody that will want to see both of them in the final.
We're going to be seeing Senegal play against Burkina Faso in the semi-final, and it's Egypt against Cameroon.
Oh, so thank you very much for that. But if it's against Senegal, so we'll probably be seeing Senegalese also doing so well. But we can't take anything away from the Burkinas for what they've done so far in the tournament, and they are one of not so much favourite that have got into the semi-final. So it's a very good one, and then Sadio Mane will continue to carry the shoulder of all the old Senegalese, and hopefully there's anything he has been looking forward to. He has gotten the Champions League, he has gotten the EPL, is this Afcon, and let's not forget this side is not as historic. This side is not as historical as the side of in France, Japan, Korea, where they defeated the France national side. But they have been able to do so well for themselves, and we can only hope that they get to the final. But it's going to be a lot of hurdles to climb, a lot of hurdles to prove to themselves, because this season, AFCON has been, this tournament has been so much of exciting, upset, and many things you don't expect. But they've been able to scale all that through, and they got to the semi-final. So it's a big plus for Sadio for carrying the Senegalese national team to this stage.
All right, the man, Sadio Mane, the much talked about, much loved back home for what he does on and off the pitch. And let's go straight to the man, Bertrand Traore, the man who's been, they said, out of every chaos, there is also, and there will definitely be some iota of peace. And back home, and things seems to be falling apart politically back home for the Burkinabes. There is a coup d'etat back home, but that has not been able to distract these guys. They remain focused. And one of the guys leading them is Aston Villa top man, Bertrand Traore. And the fact that they've gotten this far shows that they're trying to keep it together. Maybe at the end of the day, if they can go one step further, and gradually, I remember in 2013, that's in South Africa, they were finalists against the Super Eagles and they lost by a single goal. And now they are back almost gradually, but this time around the semi-final, and they will be playing against the Teranga Lions of Senegal in a West African derby. But the fact that this man, it started like a house on fire. I remember their first game in this tournament, though they lost to the host, the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. But here they are, and as one of the last four standing.
Yeah, the last four standing, and this is to show that they are not one of the players, country that is expected at this stage, but they've done so well, and you can see that they are the only team that is not built around a single star. Egyptian, we have the Egyptians and Senegalese and the Cameroonians, they have stars around them, but this is a less known names with the Burkina-Faso, and it's interesting to know that they are the underdogs in this tournament. But there's definitely going to be upset. If they've upset and they could qualify from the group where we have Cameroon to this stage, then the Senegalese facing them at this stage need to be careful, because they can actually cause an upset. And many odds against them to qualify to the final, but they've gotten to this stage. So I expect that fight, fighting spirit that took them to this stage to actually take them forward. So Sadio Mane needs to be careful, the Senegalese to be careful, because Traore, with what he has also been doing in Western we expect an upset, but perhaps it might not be the Senegalese, but it's going to be a very good one for them if after 2013 they got the silver first runner-up, and that year there's definitely a medal for them. Is either they win the bronze second runner-up, or get to the first runner-up, or they win the trophy. So it's a very difficult one for them, but with determination and the synergy amongst the team, we'll probably be seeing an upset. A lot of people are actually hoping for an upset, except the Senegalese that have also proven they can be defeated. Looking at the Senegalese last game, you can see that they can be defeated when they lost them. They won against 2-1 against in the quarterfinals. So we expect an upset. I personally am rooting for an upset between the Senegalese and Burkina Faso, and that's going to be record for them getting to this final if they win the Senegalese after what they did in 2013 against the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
All right, okay, let's see how it goes for them. And quickly before we go, and this is how it is. This is how a round of 16. This is how it started. Look at how we had this teams, 16 of them in the round of 16, and gradually Nigeria, those are those who have gone home. Gabon has gone home, Nigeria has gone home, Tunisia has gone home, Cape Verde has gone home, Mali gone home, Equatorial Guinea too gone home, Guinea gone home, Gambia gone home, Cameroon standing, Comoros standing, Comoros gone home too, Ivory Coast gone, and Egypt still standing, and Morocco, Malawi all gone. And from that, yeah, look at that's it. So now it is from tomorrow, we will see Burkina Faso against Senegal. That is the West African derby. And on Thursday, it will be Cameroon against Egypt. Which is your pick for example, Burkina Faso against Senegal? What would you? Who will you be rooting for? Or if you had to call it, what would you do?
Yeah, before I answer that question, let's also remind our viewers that that some have gone on with record. Okay. The Cape Verde actually have done so well for them, though they're out of the tournament. Okay. Comoros also, round of 16 is a very good one for them. The Malawians even getting to this round of 16 is a good record, because they have actually upset a lot of people. Nigerians is not more there. Algeria is no more there. They've done so well for themselves. So they're going home, except the Gambia also.
Do you remember Mihango? Galadio Rubiango's goal against the Atlas Lions of one of the best goals of the tournament. So
also we can also say that Gambia has gone home, but this is an historical quarterfinal for them, and it's very, very interesting to know that Equatorial Guinea also historical quarterfinal for them. Though they can replicate that, they've replicated that in the past, but historical for them. And even Burkina Faso, after 2013, they've not really done as much as possible, and getting to the final, even if they go home tomorrow, is going to be they are in a better position to
with their head high,
live
right?
with their heads high, even if they lose tomorrow, because the Senegalese are going to feel short of what they did in 2019. But Burkina Faso, most of their stars have retired when they played against us. So this is a really fairly new team, and they've got into the semi-final. It's a good one. So it's for Senegalese to be careful so that there should be no upsets here. This is a final, an early final here between Cameroon and Egypt. Early in the sense that we have Cameroon have won that almost 4 times, and Egypt probably like 6 times.
In between them, there's two trophies. There is about 10 titles between the two of them.
Between them. So this is an early final, and tell you, I expect the Egyptians to take the day, because surviving the group to this stage, you can see they didn't have it easy. They defeated Northern counterpart Morocco, and also they defeated Ivory Coast. So you expect them to actually replicate what they did in the round of 16 at the quarterfinal, and I'm expecting bye-bye for the home side Cameroon, and that will be the end we shall probably see. But I only hope that the Cameroonians will take that in good faith, knowing that if they lose to Egypt, the tag of hosting to win is gone. So we see Egypt in the final, and Egypt is one of these. And I expect an upset, like I said, Egyptian Burkina Faso, but sentimental, I want to give it to a team that has never won it before. Okay. That's Burkina Faso.
All right, of course, that's what Muda is trying to do. Muda is trying to root for the underdog. Yeah, and I understand why it is like that. And you just made that if eventually there is an upset, really, is it really an upset?
No, there's definitely no upset,
the Egyptians actually said the host nation Cameroon packing, I hope it won't affect the attendance going forward, because after the semi-final, we have the 3rd place and the final will be at the Olembe Stadium. I hope if the Cameroonians are sent home, they won't. The Cameroonians won't fail to attend the final.
No, they won't. They won't. Africa, we are footballing nations. Okay. Regardless who is playing, we can see some viewing centers across Nigeria. People still go there. That was set up by the Lagos State government. People still go there and watch, regardless of the fact that Nigeria. So there have to be incentive given to some of these Cameroonians to be able to watch the final. But the Cameroonians should know that they should go knowing that they've done havoc to other African nations. So to me, I expect them to take it in the spirit of the fact that Nigeria is no more there, Algeria is no more there, Ivory Coast is no more there, and these are nations that have done so well in Africa. So I expect that if Egypt win Cameroon, it should be a very good one, and they should go fight for the 3rd place perhaps. Like I said, I'm rooting for Burkina Faso. They should go fight the 3rd place against Egypt, Cameroon and Senegal, which will be another 3rd place final.
All right. I know you might not like this, but let me quickly ask you before we sign off for today. Yeah, who do you think is going to win this particular? Who is going to pick that trophy that I'm looking there?
Yeah, it's been doing this for, but very very unknown. And like I said, sentimental. And we want to root for Burkina Faso. They've not won it before. And I don't Senegal, but they've been to Burkina Faso have also been to the final, but there are less star amongst them. I want something that read headlines. We hear so much about
the story of an underdog.
Yeah, the story of an underdog. But if I'm taking sentiment away and I look at it tactically, if I look at what Senegal has done in the quarter final against Equatorial Guinea, coming from 1 goal down to score 2 goals, Sadio Mane carrying them at the back, I will think this is going to be the Senegalese in the final, and I expect it's going to be Senegal, Egypt, if I'm going to remove the sentiment. So I will be expecting to see the Senegal and Egypt in the final, and at the end of the day, maybe I'll have to wait till that day before I tell you who's going to win in the final. But today, for tomorrow, I expect Burkina Faso sentimentally, but if you look at tactically, I should expect Senegal and Egypt in the final.
All right.